A few months ago, I found this mysterious video game machine at a flea market. Back in 2006, while the motion gaming trend was in full swing, this was Hasbro's answer, the Ion Educational Gaming System. There's a camera built into the console right here, you can angle it up and down, and you use your body as the controller. Now, where have I heard that before? Now, unless you had one of these as a kid, you almost certainly have never heard of it. It was so incredibly niche that they only ever released 6 games for the thing before it bit the dust. I can tell you right now that the reason this console failed was because the iToy had already been out for 3 years, and the Nintendo Wii had just released. This thing didn't stand a chance. But none of that matters, because when I plugged this thing and turned it on, I was met with a pretty major issue. It doesn't play games. The disc will spin up, it says that it's reading it, and then after like 30 seconds, it just gives up and says, "Please insert an Ion Active Learning disc. Oh, please, won't you? Look, I tried to insert the disc. I'm sorry that wasn't good enough for you." So I got down to business. I cleaned the drive laser, but that didn't help. I took the whole thing apart to see if any caps or joints were popped, but I didn't see any issues there either. So I was thinking, okay, I guess my discs are rotted then. But the problem is, the Ion uses non-standard discs that are a little smaller than your standard CD. So I had to remove the top shell of the console in order for my standard sized CD to fit in the drive. I got all the way to the finish line just for it to spit out the same exact error. I ran out of things to try with this console, so the only option left was to buy another one. And it has the exact same problem. The internals look pristine, but it still won't read discs. So I bought another one. Same deal. What are the odds that all 3 consoles all can't read discs in the exact same way? I could not figure it out, so I'll be sending some of my broken Ions to my friend Zarithya to see if she can make heads or tails of it. We'll be hearing from her later. As a last-ditch Hail Mary so that I could make this video, I bought a 4th Ion, and this one works. So let's document this thing before it dies of old age. But before we can do that, it's time for the ad. This video is sponsored by ROG. So a while back I did an integration talking about the ROG Flow Z13, a fabulous tablet laptop hybrid with a detachable keyboard. It's been almost a year and I still use it all the time. It's compact, it's powerful, and it's great for editing videos in a pinch. I have mine dual booting Windows and Linux. It's very convenient. rog.gg/planetclue if you want to check it out. But speaking of laptops, it's ROG's 20th anniversary next year, and they're already teasing a strong lineup of gadgets to show at CES 2026. CES being the Consumer Electronics Show. They also dropped a mysterious teaser showing that they're going to be collaborating with Kojima Productions at CES. We don't really know what it is yet or how it will come to be. It could be a custom keyboard, it could be a special edition of a laptop that's Death Stranding themed, or it could be totally out of left field, which would be very in character for Kojima. Regardless, this CES is looking to be something really special, so if you're interested in seeing the future of computing, you can learn more at rog.gg/CES 2026, which is pinned below. Thank you to ROG for sponsoring this video, and now on with the show. Okay, so as I said earlier, there are 6 games that released for the Hasbro Ion. SpongeBob SquarePants Best Day Ever, Blue's Room Birthday Party Surprise, Dora the Explorer The Great Soccer Ball Adventure, Danny Phantom Ghosts on the Loose, Batman Shadows of Gotham City, and LazyTown Challenge for the Beach, which unfortunately is the only Hasbro Ion game I do not have. There are no listings on eBay, and the game hasn't been dumped. In fact, most of these games haven't been dumped. I'll be sure to do that at some point, but for now, I don't have a way to play the LazyTown game aside from the pack-in demo that comes with the console. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but for now, let's play SpongeBob SquarePants Best Day Ever.
Wow! Whoa! You have the Ion. That's really cool.
When you boot any game with the Ion, it plays a 2.5-minute long instructional video telling you about the buttons on the console, how far to stand from the TV, and safety info. There are 6 games to choose from, and I'm just gonna let SpongeBob read them out to you.
Salmon says, Legend of the Golden Underpants, Jellyfish Roundup, Hang Gliding Highway, Krabby Patty Showdown, Goo Lagoon Buggy.
Salmon Says is exactly what it sounds like.
Salmon says, flex your muscles.
This game would be a lot of fun if it weren't for the shoddy motion detection.
Do jumping jacks.
He didn't say Salmon Says, so I didn't move, but then I lost anyway.
I didn't say salmon says.
That's pretty much the entire game.
Wash your face. I didn't say, Salmon says.
In Legend of the Golden Underpants, you move SpongeBob by hovering your hands over the icons in the corners. You collect clues to a word puzzle, which opens a treasure chest, revealing the Golden Underpants. This game actually controls great. It was a lot of fun. In Jellyfish Roundup, you can only catch jellyfish that are in season, so you have to pay attention to that sign down there. You make a lasso above your head, then hover over the jellyfish with the correct number of spots. This one is really fun, but also suffers heavily from poor motion detection. Hang Gliding Highway has the worst controls. You're supposed to hover your hands over these meters, which controls the direction your glider goes, but my hands end up escaping the meters without me realizing it. It feels really inconsistent, and my arms get tired almost immediately. Krabby Patty Showdown is probably my favorite game in this. SpongeBob and Robot SpongeBob have to face off to make Krabby Patties the quickest. It gives you an order on screen, and you have to hover your hand over the correct ingredients before your opponent, kind of like a weird game of Quick Draw. And the final game, Goo Lagoon Boogie, nothing really happens. You just get to dance inconsequentially. It's a nice send-off. Okay, next up, let's take a look at Blue's Room, Birthday Party Surprise.
It's Frederica's real birthday today. Let's surprise her when we see her. Come hide with me behind these boxes. Nice hiding. Now, let's jump out and say, surprise, when we see Fred. Okay? Great. Hello? Where is everybody?
Surprise!
Happy birthday, Fred.
Blue's Room has 5 games, starting off with Birthday Cake Mix and Make. It teaches kids how to measure out ingredients they're using and remember how many cups have been put in the bowl already. You measure out the flour, the milk, and the eggs, and you get to crack the eggs and stir everything together and then decorate the cake. Now, if it looks like I'm having fun, it's because I am. Hasbro Ion games are really elegantly designed. They take advantage of the camera gimmick really well. Next up is Birthday Boogie, which is essentially a game of musical chairs. You dance when the song is playing, and you try to collect the stars, but when the song stops, you have to freeze or you lose points. This one's a lot of fun, and the motion detection feels perfect. In Birthday Party Polka Dot's Puzzle Surprise, yes, that's what it's called, you have to quick draw with Polka Dot, and then he gives you puzzle pieces that you then have to put together. That's the game. In Birthday Doodle Doodle Guess, the whiteboard starts off a drawing, and you have to guess what it's going to turn into. If you get it right, you get to bust a piñata or gobble a bunch of snacks like an alligator. It's really cute and really fun. And the final game, Birthday Handy Dandy Journal, isn't really a game in itself. You just kind of place stickers into a journal of your favorite parts of the previous games, and then you watch the birthday girl blow out the candles, and the game ends. Considering how much I enjoyed this as an adult, I feel like I would have adored this as a kid. All right, next up, let's take a look at Dora the Explorer, the Great Soccer Ball Adventure. You guys wouldn't know this because this is an edited video and I just cut it out every time, but the Ion spends more time loading than it does playing games, and it is infuriating. Every single screen transition is a loading screen, and it will load for like 45 seconds to a minute every single time. Normally, load times don't bother me, but because I was marathoning every Ion game in a row in one huge 3.5-hour session, by the end, I was about to go feral.
Hola, soy Dora. Boots and I are going on an adventure to Tall Pyramid to get our soccer ball back.
The first game is the soccer goal. You're playing goalie, one of the flags will start flashing, and then you have to block the ball using your hands. It's really fun, actually. The next game is the Rainbow River, where you have to fish for shapes by hovering your hand over them and then turning the reel to pull it in. And then once you're actually on the water, you whip both hands to row both oars, and only one hand at a time to move left or right. It's a very frantic game. I like it. It works really well. In the Rainforest game, you have to mimic animal movements, flapping like a bat or jumping like a frog. It's really cute. So the pyramid game is very overly simple. You have this little screen on the top right and it tells you a riddle. The correct button is one that has 3 sides. And then you pick the triangle and then you win. Wow. The next one is the dials, which is equally simple. The screen shows a math problem you gotta do and then you hover your hand over the thing that has the correct number. And the final game is to get your soccer ball back. There's a bird whose eggs look suspiciously like soccer balls. And then the bird is like, I only had 4 eggs, but for some reason there are 5. And then, wow, there's our soccer ball. Yippee, we did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah. This game was really cute and nice. I liked it. Alrighty, next game. Let's take a look at Danny Phantom Ghosts on the Loose. Because I have to acknowledge Danny Phantom, I would love to roast the creator of that show really quick. Butch Hartman is what happens when you put all your skill points into being a selfish douchebag. He's a snide, bigoted evangelical that stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from his biggest fans in the name of God. And when people try to hold him accountable, he just goes,
Do you know who you're dealing with? Do you really know? Do you have any idea who you're dealing with? As someone who's worked in Hollywood for 30 years, and you are going to take me down? What are you kidding?
But yeah, anyway, he sucks. Don't defend people like this, please. Now that we got all that out the way, back on track. And Danny Phantom Ghosts on the Loose, each game is a battle with a different ghost from the show. The first fight is against Desiree. You have to shoot the even or odd numbered enemies depending on what they shout out. The motion detection is very busted in this game. I kept getting false positives constantly. The next fight is against Skulker. You have to move Danny around to avoid enemy fire, but it is very unclear where he's allowed to go. Like, where do I put my hands to make him get out of the way of the shot? Not to mention that, again, the motion detection is very poor. So oftentimes Danny will erroneously move back to the position that he was already in, and then he just gets shot anyway. It's ridiculous. The box ghost puzzle is really fun and controls great, actually. You blast the lock off of the box that you want to move, and then tilt the entire stage, and then both boxes touch together, and then they both explode, kind of like Puyo Puyo. The box ghost game is one of the best on the Hasbro Ion. It is very well done. The Lunch Lady game is next, and it is so annoying. Oh my god. So your PDA says you have to find a number that's either greater than or less than that number, right? And the kitchen has a bunch of goop all over it, and you have to clear the goop off of all of the kitchen items in order to find the number that fits that category. But there's an entire mechanic that doesn't work that makes this whole thing not fun. When you sit still in the camera view, Danny is supposed to turn transparent, and then the other ghosts can't see him. But it is impossible to sit still enough for him to go transparent. So when the lunch lady comes along and Danny is like, quickly sit still so that I can turn transparent, I sit as still as I possibly can, and it doesn't work. And then I get punished. The lunch lady starts re-gooping everything that I'd already removed the goop from, completely undoing all of my hard work. I got the going invisible thing to happen once, and I'm pretty sure it was a fluke. But yeah, that's what's supposed to happen when you sit still. So I did end up beating all 4 of the games that were available to me in the hopes that it would unlock the 5th one, but it just wouldn't unlock. I don't know why. Like, I'm so desperately trying to pick the 5th game and it just won't do it. Well, I guess it's time we moseyed on to Batman: Shadows of Gotham City. Okay, there's 5 games in Shadows of Gotham City. The first one is Gotham Light and Power, which is literally a game of Simon. You just have to remember the sequence and then run it back. The challenge comes in because you have to hit each one 3 times because you're breaking ice. The next game, which is the Water District Tunnel, barely functions. Let me show you. Go that way, go. Go in the yellow. Go in the yellow. Go in the yellow. Go in. Go in the yellow. This thing barely works. I'm shocked. For the next game, Wayne Manor, it uses a similar flying control to the SpongeBob game, but this one's much nicer because you're only moving left and right as opposed to left, right, up, and down. I got pretty good at the controls in this. It's all right. Wayne Tower is the next one, and it's really fun. You play as Batman, and you have to put your hand up to pick the next letter in the sequence of letters that's on the bottom left, and that's how you defuse the Joker's bombs. It's cool. I like this one. When I tried to pick the next game, my Ion did this. Why is the R doing that? Why is the T like 2 pixels higher than the rest of the letters? And why does my console have ghosts in it? Anyway, the final game, Gotham Sewer System, is actually a really fun puzzle game. Whenever you touch a color, it teleports the ball to the opposing chamber that has that color. And you have to teleport the little ball thing all the way to the end. And it's really fun, and the controls are great too. So that's it for Batman. We only have 1 game left, which is the Lazytown game. Like I said earlier, I don't have that game, it's very rare. However, the console comes with a demo of the game, so let's take a look at that. In this game, you're a bored god way off in the distance, teaming up with Stingy to defeat Robbie Rotten in volleyball. They even got the original voice actors and everything, so Stefan Karl growls at you when you win, and it rocks so hard.
Let's see how you handle my zany Ballinator 3000, eh, Team Spartacus?
Man, rest in peace, Stefan Karl. I hope you know that you are so loved and cherished as an actor to this very day. This game is pretty easy, but that doesn't mean it isn't fun to play. You can get kind of silly with it. Like, it doesn't matter what physical motion you do, so long as the pixels are changing, so you can bop it with your head, you can uppercut it, you can do whatever. Also, if you step closer to the camera, you just become huge, and that's very funny to me. Once you win the volleyball game, it's dance party time! Alright, I'll say it. The Hasbro Ion is really, really cool. These games feel so earnest and passionate, like these people really wanted to make something good. If this thing hadn't released at the same time as the Wii, I feel like it really would have turned some heads. I think this thing had something going for it. It's not perfect, but a lot of these games are way better than the GoGo TV and the V-Smile, honestly. I just wish I didn't have to buy 4 consoles to be able to play it, but that's just from time passing. Thank you to everyone on patreon.com/clue. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet! We still have to hear from Zarithya. Here's her segment now.
So, Klubert just sent me a box. A box of bags. I love bags, so this is the best Christmas gift ever. Wait, there's something in the bags? Whoa, a broken Hasbro Ion. Wow, this is even better than multiple plastic bags. Repairing electronics is kind of my bread, butter, and jam, so let's make a sandwich. I mean, figure out what's wrong with it.
Krabby Patty Showdown.
Oh.
Volleyball.
Oh my god, it works. Klubert, what did you just send me something that works? What am I supposed to do with this? You know you're weird when something working out of the box is disappointing. Regardless, let's open it up anyway to see if I can figure out why it wasn't working back on Clue's planet. Warning, young children can be killed when furniture tips over. Phew, thanks for the warning. Wouldn't want the Ion crushing my pint-sized progeny. Popping it open, I can't see much wrong on this side, so let's flip out this PCB to reveal blob chips and electrolytic capacitors. Name a more iconic duo. Capacitors are always suspect number one when old devices aren't working quite right, so I'll measure them. Some seem off from their rated capacitance, but measuring in circuit means all the components nearby can influence the readings, so I'll take some of the iffiest looking ones off the board. Out of circuit though, they test good enough, so I'll put them back in. There are some iffy solder joints, but nothing looks dry or cracked. Maybe the laser mechanism needs more grease?
Wow. Laser.
No, once I stop trying to work against the motor, the laser slides along the sled just fine.
Oh, that's loose. That's just...
It's possible it was stuck and got knocked loose in shipping or something? Who knows? It's kind of hard to perform an autopsy when the patient springs back to life after being shipped to the morgue.
Very familiar shape there.
I'll put the Ion back together and...
Tony, don't eat the disc. Do not eat the place. Don't eat the Ion. Oh, God. Tony. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. What have I done? Oh, I didn't plug it in all the way. Yeah, that's better.
Phew. Of course, now I gotta test it out, really put it through its paces and make sure it's truly capable of handling the sheer adrenaline-pumping intensity of its most hardcore games.
Okay, that had a little lamb. Little lamb. Little lamb. Okay, that.
Oh, hey. Cat. I'm using this. You're allowed to use your ballinator, I'm allowed to use my cat.
Got it!
Yeah! It's the cat butthole strat.
Whoa! Wow! Die!
Oh, it's a dance. Oh, it's a dance. The end is... Salt. Salt! I was waving at the salt! Oh, what is those eyes, Boots? What is those eyes?
¿Dónde está la pelota de fútbol?
En tu culo! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my... What is wrong with this guy? What's wrong with him? He's comatose.
Why not you?
I am!
Time to party up now.
Party up? Party up?
You know, with these controls, it kinda looks like it should be able to play CDs, right? I wonder if it'll play a regular audio CD.
Wait, I'm sorry, what? What? They're slightly small. Is this their copy protection?
Yep. Doing a bit of research, it appears Hasbro reused the optical disc format from the Video Now Color, a little portable video player which encoded video data as audio tracks on a standard Redbook audio CD. To be fair, the PlayStation and Dreamcast did similar things with their game content, which is why if you put one of their discs into a CD player, you'll hear a warning at the start.
This is a Sega Dreamcast disc. This is not a music CD. If you continue, you run the risk of transmitting deadly viral diseases to your household electronic appliances.
If you don't listen to that, then... good luck listening to anything ever again.
Jeez, some people.
What makes the Video Now and Ion discs particularly annoying, though, is that they're 12 millimeters smaller in diameter than a regular CD, and the players are sized to match. Presumably for vague copy protection reasons?
Give me your secrets. Ah!
Wait, they did sell blank media, so then why? Wait. This gives me an idea. An awful, horrible, terrible.
This is a bad idea. No. That'll be fine. This is the best idea. Nobody's ever had a better idea than this. Should I be wearing eye protection? I should probably be wearing eye protection. What am I doing with my life? Will's up at 12 in the morning trimming the ions. This is beautiful.
Well, my apartment is full of Memorex macroplastics now, but was it worth it? Does it boot? Will it blend? These are the questions.
Some part of it is hitting against the... Oh no. I hear it. I hear it tapping. Oh my god! Yes! I've cloned the ion disc! This is important for some reason. It just works.
Why was I doing this? I don't know. If you'll excuse me, I have 12 millimeters of shiny CDR shards to locate and dispose of. Joy! They're everywhere!
Thank you, Zari, for the wonderful and funny segment. By the way, I swear, I put that console through its paces. I tried everything to get it to boot any game, and it wouldn't do it. And then as soon as I send it across the country, it works immediately. I'm infuriated. But hey, at least we got some cool research that it is just a regular CD-ROM, just cut down to size. Unbelievable. But yeah, thanks for watching my YouTube video all the way to the end. Thanks for enjoying Zari's segment as well. That's all I got for you. I'll see you next time.